we're in the greenhouse today, and I'm going to give you a little update about how things are going around here. And personally, I don't think they're going that good. I feel like I have dropped the ball, or I'm not really sure. I don't know. Anyways, today is an update on how the seeds and the garden and everything is going. And I just really don't feel very put together this year. I don't know. Maybe it's because of the, moving stuff around. I don't know. But let me show you. Like hardly any of these sprouted. And then I don't know what happened. So I don't know about these. I'm not sure about these little bitty soil blockers. I mean, they do work because of these over here. But these seeds are really small. And so I'm thinking maybe, I don't know if these got too hot. Because then I had this off and these got too hot and dried out with like today while I was gone. So I'm going to be planting these out soon. These two are just about done. I have like a few in these. Not a whole lot came up, which I'm kind of disappointed in. And then I still do have onions, which I just watered yesterday or this morning. I think this morning actually. So they're nice and up again. So I do have some extra onions that aren't planted. But really, I'm not real happy with how these are turning out. I'm going to show you what I have in the garden, and they're kind of blah too. They just like they were stunted and they're just not wanting to grow. So I really think I just need to plan my garden out like in the fall or like early winter and plant everything and mark it and let it come up when it wants to, because it really seems to do much better that way. Of course, the comfrey, check that out. I wish everything grew that well because it's coming up everywhere. So I got plenty of comfrey. All right, so we do have some little carrots. You can see the little green. So I do have carrots actually coming up. I do need to water this though, because the little cabbages aren't doing so hot. Okay, these over here are doing better, but they really need water. They look kind of bad. I don't know if it's from the cold or what. Now I don't really see carrots over here on this side, but there was on the other side. Well, I guess at least that's something. So these other three beds I did prepare. I have kind of aerated them a little bit and opened them up just a tad, and so I can get something planted in there. Yeah, those seeds that are in the greenhouse, they're supposed to be bigger by now, and that way I can put them out soon, but they aren't. They're kind of stunted, so I'm not really sure how that's going to go. But let me show you what's going on down here where there's not a raised bed. So I'm kind of in trouble because I moved the bed that the horseradish was. Well, this is horseradish. This is all horseradish. There's some over here. This is it's all horseradish. And then I've got like lettuce coming up if I can keep the chickens from eating it. And I don't even know where that came from. Like I had it planted, but I don't remember letting it go to seed, unless I guess I did, because it's like everywhere you see purple, if you can see purple, that's this lettuce. Which is why I said I just need to plant the seed and let it come up, because that's like coming up really well. And if it was probably somewhere where I had it covered and could keep it covered, I probably would have more, because the chickens have probably been pecking on it. So let's look at the onions. So this is the onions. Now, that one right there looks like it might have gotten taller. It's a little bit bigger. But really, these aren't much different than what they were when I planted them. And then these little kohlrabi over here. That one is still green. I think there's some other ones, but they're about the same size that I planted, so they're not really doing much. And then if we go over here, same thing. I don't know, do you see any green ones? Because I don't see any green ones, unless the chickens have been getting in there, because that was kind of moved. Yeah, see, she's like, I don't think they've been in here unless they've been walking and pecking. As you can tell, they're rather enjoying the soil. Look at it. It looks really good. So I'm really going to I need to get something in here and keep them out. That's going to be the trick. So not all my beds are filled. These 4 little ones here, they just have like cardboard and sticks and weeds and whatever in them. So I will have to do that eventually. But like the purple violets are coming up over there by the greenhouse and everything. Oh, wow. And I just saw the asparagus is up. Check it out. I was worried that it maybe had died, like I killed it or something. There's like 1 spear up. We're going to break that baby off. Maybe. There we go. Spear of asparagus. I actually like eating this raw right out of the garden. I like it better like that than cooked. So I do have new blueberry bushes planted. I planted 2 a week or so ago when the grandbabies were here. I have a couple of raspberry bushes, a couple of grapes. I've got some strawberries, some garlic, some flowers, all kinds of stuff that I need to be planting. Today would probably be a really good day because I don't have my grandbabies here. It's not super hot, but it's sunny. But I'm probably not going to get all that done. I actually came out here to do the irrigation, but I don't think that's going to happen. I think I'm just going to water the beds. And then, if you look over here, I have another issue. My fence, that is probably 4 years old, is rotting. So those back pieces are rotting. So now the screws won't stay in them. And it's basically falling apart. Which kind of sucks because I really like this fence. So I'm going to have to replace the backs of like all of these over here. So the ones back here aren't really doing that for some reason. I don't know. So it's another thing that I've got to fix and take care of. So I really probably just need to make a list and pick a day and just do some stuff. I don't know. It's just like everything is piling up and it's getting a little bit overwhelming, it feels like. So the asparagus was good. I did munch on it while I walked in here. So that's the update. That is the update for... what is today? This is like the 3rd week of March. So that is the update for me in 6B. It feels really good in here. And it's really nice outside. It's just my poor little seeds. I'm sure it's user error as well. I haven't been, doing as much as what I probably should have been. But I also tried something different with those small blocks. And I don't think I maybe used the right soil. Not really sure. It is a seed starting mix and it is the one that I usually use, but I don't know if it's good for these. I don't know. They just haven't really taken off. And maybe you're not supposed to use these little ones for just anything. Maybe it's better for the smaller seeds like the broccoli, the brassicas, the lettuces and stuff like that. Maybe not the peppers and tomatoes because those have done horribly and I'm really upset about that. Really disappointed because some of those were the only seeds I had left of those, and I was expecting at least like, 1 out of 20 or whatever. We'll see. Maybe there's still hope for them. Maybe if I take them and mix them up, in a bowl or a pan or something and make sure to keep them watered and put them outside, they'd probably come up. They would probably come up. That happened last time when like the little greenhouse got blown down, all the seeds got mixed up and they came up and I had tomatoes, but I had no idea what was what. But it still worked out. So that may be what ends up happening. I just may have to bury them, put them in some soil and see what happens before I throw them out. So that is my update. I hope your garden is, seed starting adventure is going a little bit better than mine. I say it every year that I'm going to put the seeds in the ground and let them come up when they want to. I just need to do it. That requires me a little bit more planning on my part in the late fall, early winter, but I guess I should probably do that and just let it do its own thing. Let me know in the comments how yours is going, what you have growing. I know some of you probably have some stuff really doing well, and some of you are probably like me and are just like want to just give up for this season and just go to the store and get it or go to your local farmer's market. But I'm going to keep going and I'm going to keep on planting my seeds and seeing how they do. And if nothing else, I'll just go buy my tomato plants and stuff. Except for the jalapeno. I'm kind of disappointed because you can't just find those anywhere. So I may have to get some more seed. Be sure to like and subscribe and don't forget to be lovely lights today. And then after going back inside thinking that I was done, I thought, I'm pretty sure I have something I haven't planted yet. Yep, sugar snap peas and beets. Actually, I'm pretty sure I got these beds ready for planting beets, not transplanting beets. So I went ahead and planted one bed of beets. So I've got some golden ones. I've got some avalanche, which are white. I've got some Merlin, which are that really deep red, normal beet color when you think of beets. And then I actually have I don't know how you pronounce it, but it's like a candy cane, like a stripe kind of looking. It's really cool looking. So I planted those. And then in the next bed over, I planted sugar snap peas on the short ends, and I'm going to put a trellis over that. And then I can plant lettuces and things in there in the summer, maybe, that need, that won't need the intense sun. So I don't know. We'll see how that goes. We're just I'm totally just kind of winging it. Probably shouldn't, but I'm just really feel like winging it this year. So I think that's what we're going to do. Partially. I'm going to partially wing it, other than what I have set on my little seed packets that tell me when to start stuff and sow stuff. So that's it, I think.